Hey Capricorn, welcome to your weekly forecast for August 22nd through the 28th. This is for Capricorn Sun, Moon, and Rising. You might stumble upon this video in a few weeks, a few months, a few years from now. It's all good. You're going to see it whenever it's time for you to hear the messages that are in it. Keep in mind, this is a general reading for the collective. Not every single message is going to resonate, and that's okay. Take what does, leave what doesn't. Without further ado, my dears and my darlings, let's see what's coming up for Capricorn Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. First card coming up here is the Five of Wands. And the Five of Wands can be an internal conflict, internal struggle. It could also be a time of competition, like people competing with us or people kind of challenging us. I feel, and this is coming in intuitively, for those of you who are working, it does, let me take that back. I feel this dynamic. So maybe for some of you, it's in a workplace situation. Maybe for some of you, it's happening with friends or family or even a significant other if you're in a relationship. But I feel like there's this miscommunication where you might feel like somebody is trying to make it out to be like you don't know what you're talking about, or like they're better at something than you are. Like I feel like you feel like there's somebody that's constantly trying to correct you or show you up. And so like when you stand up for yourself, this person is like, "Oh, Capricorn is trying to like be the alpha. Capricorn is trying to show me who's boss." And they think like both of you think the other person is doing that to them. Like you think they're trying to show you that they're better than you, and they think that you're trying to show them that they're better than that you're better than them. But I feel there's a disconnect in communication here. I feel like the person you're dealing with, I'm sorry to say, I feel like the person that you're dealing with maybe doesn't know how to talk to people or doesn't know how to approach people. So it's coming off rude when they don't mean to be rude, right? It's just kind of like their style. So maybe if you want, some of you are like, I don't care, I'm not going to put up with it. And that's your choice, that's your decision. But maybe for some of you, it might be helpful that when this person comes to you in that way, like to kind of ask them questions like, oh, well, what do you mean by that? Or what do you suggest I do? Or, what do you think would be a better way or a better solution? Or, kind of like draw them out a little bit, and maybe they can realize that, oh, I'm sounding a little harsh right now, or I'm sounding like I don't intend to. I feel for some of you there's like this power struggle with someone that's based on a misunderstanding because you're dealing with someone who doesn't communicate very well. Okay? And like you're constantly feeling like you're being attacked, but that might not be their intention, right? Some of you are like, I don't care if they're going to talk to me that way, then you mess with the bull, you're going to get the horns. Some of you might have that mindset, but if you're open to diffusing the situation, that could be helpful for some of you. The next card that's coming up here for Capricorn is the Four of Cups. So you're in a situation where you're not happy. You're not satisfied. You're not happy with the way things are going. You're not happy with what is being offered to you. However, a lot of you have heard me say this before. The Four of Cups for me makes me think of the quote by Rumi, or not the quote, but like the writing or the writings, when he wrote about divine discontentment. And divine discontentment is kind of like that moment that you start to see your worth. You start to realize you're a child of God. You're a child of the universe. You matter. You're important. You're just as valuable as anybody else. There's nobody that's better than you, or above you. But you're looking around and you're like, man, all these people have these blessings. This person has this and that person has that. And you're not necessarily looking at them in a jealous way. Like you're like, good for them, I'm glad that they have it, but I deserve that too. They're not better than me. There's nothing about them that makes them better than me. Like, I deserve that too. So there's like a healthy sense of entitlement that you're coming into, and you're starting to raise the bar. You're making a statement to the universe that I deserve more than what's currently going on in my life right now. But what you don't realize is everything that's going on in your life right now, you manifested it when you had limited thinking, right? You thought things were so hopeless, you just wanted to be in a bare minimum situation, and you manifested bare minimum. And now you're like, bare minimum is not enough. I want spice, I want seasoning, I want flavor, I want the cherry on top. So you're raising the bar and you're manifesting higher because you're realizing that more is possible and that you're deserving and worthy of more. So you can be grateful for what you have. So spend time in gratitude for what you have, but also put out there that, like, now I'm ready for more. I deserve more. I feel for some of you, there may be an opportunity that you are missing out on because you're procrastinating. I feel like it's an idea. An idea keeps coming to you that, you know what, this might be a really great thing for me to learn about. This might be a really, for some of you, it could be a business idea. For some of you, it could be an idea about like hobbies that you're wanting to take up or ways of meeting people, but you keep like hitting the snooze button on it. Like, I'll do it later. I don't know about that right now. And you're feeling stuck in a situation, but this idea is the very thing that's going to get things moving for you. So I feel like some of you need to stop sleeping on this idea. The next card that's coming up here for Capricorn is the Hanged Man. And this is a major arcana card. Major arcana cards are going to come up anytime we're dealing with a situation that is directly connected to something we came here to learn, something we came here to master. And the Hanged Man is a card that comes up when we feel like we might be in some kind of pause, right? We might feel like things are a little bit stagnant. But really, there's like a cosmic timeout here because you're about to call in something, you're about to manifest something that's not going to fulfill you, it's not going to make you happy. And your angels and guides know this, and they're trying to give you a little bit of a timeout to realize this. You may be trying to manifest something because it's somebody else's idea of happiness or somebody else's idea of success. Because somebody put it in your head that you're not going to be happy until you have X, Y, and Z. And then you're going to manifest X, Y, and Z, and you're going to say, I don't even like X, Y, and Z. Okay, the example that I give, I love my parents. I love my parents very much. But, and I'm 41 years old. But if I had married straight out of high school, the people they were putting in front of me, this is a good boy, that's a good boy, married this guy, married that guy. In my culture, people got married young, and we were in the church culture. In church culture, people get married very quickly, and nothing to say about those guys. They're wonderful in their own right, but I would have been absolutely miserable if I had ended up with one of them. But in my parents' minds, that was like, oh my gosh, you will be so happy, you will have such a great life, this is such a wonderful person. And yeah, wonderful person, but not for me. Not for me. And I would not be a wonderful person for them. They would have been miserable if they ended up with me, right? It wasn't right. It wasn't the right fit. And so some of you may be trying to manifest something because you keep being told this is what's going to make you happy, but it's not. And so you're being given this time out to do some reflection, to do some meditation, and to figure out really what you want right now. What's going to fulfill you? What's going to make you happy? So that you can kind of double check your order here as you're putting it out into the universe before you end up calling it in, before you end up manifesting it, right? You're being given a little bit of a, okay, think about this, double check your order because it's about to come in. So it might be a good time to set aside some time this week to try to do some self-reflection. What is it that I feel I'm missing in my life? What is it that I'm trying to call into my life? What are some ways I can feel this way right now before the manifestation comes in? What are some things I've been curious about or interested to learn about or to experience or to do? What are some hobbies I maybe want to take up? And so this is a very uh good time to take that inventory, to just kind of go over that within yourself. Your next card here is the Six of Cups. Now I know a lot of people are used to watching love and romance readings when it comes to tarot. So Six of Cups has gotten typecast as a reconciliation or somebody resurfacing from the past. And that can be the case for some of you. Maybe there is somebody who's resurfacing or showing up again. But if you're new to my channel, in the weekly forecast, I look at the cards and I focus on everything other than love and romance. I do have a link in the description of the video that will take you to the monthly love readings. August and September love readings are available if you want to check those out. But Six of Cups for some of you, yes, it could be somebody resurfacing from childhood. For some of you, it could be a conflict that you are dealing with between siblings, and there could be something here that you hadn't seen or something here that you didn't know. I feel for some reason this Five of Wands, this Four of Cups, this Hangman, and this Six of Cups, for some of you is some conflict with a sibling, and you may feel as though this sibling is not open to discuss or open to work on the issue, but there may be some kind of an epiphany, which to you is like the missing piece of the puzzle. Like it's gonna all of a sudden make sense to you that, oh my gosh, okay, I get it now. I understand why they're being this way, or I understand what they mean when they're saying this. Like you might remember a specific moment between the two of you guys or something that happened in childhood where you're going, oh my gosh, okay, so this is the moment that this person ended up with this belief or with this idea of me, or what's still bothering them. How that's going to move forward between you guys, that's very complex, right? Because we're not just dealing with your energy, we're dealing with the energy of others, and people are all on different places in their journey. People are all on different vibrations. So I can't just give like a blanket statement of how it's going to work out, but I do feel like you guys are going to have an epiphany where you're going to all of a sudden understand, now I know where this is coming from. Whether or not it's a misunderstanding, it could be a complete and total misunderstanding, but you're going to go, oh my gosh, now I get what they've been trying to tell me, or now I get what's been bugging them. So there could be this kind of disconnect that is gonna be made clear for you. Six of Cups for other ones of you could be about returning to a childhood plan or a childhood dream. Maybe you went on one course in your life because it's what you were encouraged to do or pressured to do, and you're saying, well, that wasn't my dream, and I always as a kid wanted to do this or wanted to do that. So some of you may be taking steps towards doing something you dreamed about doing in childhood, right? Like your dream job or your dream career kind of situation, or dream hobby, or dream accomplishment. Maybe you're like, I'm gonna get my pilot's license, or I'm gonna uh be a wonderful artist, or I'm gonna learn how to play the guitar, or whatever it might be. You might be going to something that as a kid you always wanted to do, and now you're gonna have a chance to do some inner child work in that way. You may want to check out your moon sign, your rising sign. Some weeks your moon sign or rising sign might resonate more than your sun sign. Overall, here, I feel like a lot of you are raising the bar on your manifestations right now. Like you're learning to aim higher, you're learning to manifest higher. There may be some conflicts around you that are distracting you or shaking your confidence. But if you can get focused, and if you can make some time for some self reflection here, maybe even check in with your inner child. I feel like a lot of you will be able to clear away those distractions and get focused and start manifesting these changes more quickly. Thank you for watching. Check out the love readings if you're interested in those. If you want to schedule a private reading with me, there's a link in the description of the video that will take you to calendly.com/amethystangelite, and you can schedule a private reading with me there. Don't forget to check out the daily messages, those of you who are interested in that. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Have a wonderful week ahead, my darlings. Take care and be well.